One of our viewers writes, I found this while checking my trail camera footage from April 10th. At first I thought it was just another night of deer and raccoons until I spotted whatever this is. I've circled what I'm seeing in red. This is my hunting property that's been in our family for generations, and we've always had strange stories about it. The image is clear enough, standard night vision trail cam showing a field at 11:06 p.m. But it's what's lurking at the edge of the frame that's truly disturbing. Our viewer continues, the figure is at least 7 feet tall based on the surrounding vegetation. But a really creepy part is that it only appeared in this single frame, nothing before, nothing after. I've shown it to other hunters in the area who say they've experienced weird things on nearby properties too. Equipment going dead, strange sounds at night, and areas where animals refuse to go. Now that part is weird to me. And I'll be honest, these proportions aren't human. Too tall, too thin, seemingly hovering rather than just standing on the ground. What do we think this could be? It almost looks like some type of being from another dimension. Or maybe it's something that's been hunting this land long before trail cameras existed. Drop any and all theories below. This next clip definitely has these homeowners losing some sleep. A CCTV camera in their backyard picks up a creature moving off to the left of the screen. They have no idea what it is. They do know that it was big enough to trigger their camera and their motion sensor light. Now, commenters are saying that this is definitely a skinwalker, but to me this looks like it's on 4 legs. A peaceful night interrupted by movement on an outdoor camera. We see the moment the light flicks on, and then we see a tall, ghost-like, mist-like figure drifting to our right. We can put to bed any idea of this being a human. This is actually pretty eerie to watch. Is this some type of portal? We see as the main house light flicks on. The entity was so big that it actually triggered the main house light, and as it gets near the tree line it disappears. I feel like this is too big to be a camera malfunction. You know how you hear people say, oh, a trick of the light? I don't know. Maybe some camera experts can chime in. Do we think that this could be a portal, giving us just a brief chance to get in or get out? Really cool camera capture. A GoPro attached to a dirt bike rider's helmet captures something pretty extraordinary. I mean, there's not much to see at first. A guy and a few of his buddies are just whipping in and out of these trees on this property. Looks like a blast, honestly. What happens next is pretty crazy. Check this out. This lady is just reading this guy the riot act and actually pushes him. The rider stops and gets up, and she's still giving it to him. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that this is her land and she doesn't want them there. Now, whether they knew it was private property or not, I don't know. She mentioned something about night, so if these guys are doing this at night, that's not cool. Dirt bikes are loud, keeping people up, totally get that. But if she's just being a Karen...
Every other night, I hear you guys stay off my fucking property now and along the top.
Kind of on a side note, and not to nitpick, did anybody else notice that that guy fell down pretty easily? And I'm not saying it's fake. I'm worried that if he bumps into something like a branch, he's gonna topple over. Anyhow, let me know what you're doing in both situations. This clip taken off Facebook from a homesteading group shows something honestly that's pretty creepy. A camera on the back of her property picked up movement. When she checked her phone, she saw this. She hopped in her truck and went for a closer look. Atta girl. She was quoted as saying, if this thing's gonna kill me, I'm gonna record it. The entity we see is dressed head to toe in white. Some argue that his face is covered, but I think he might just have a hood on. At first glance, it reminded me one of those suits that beekeepers wear. And it may be, but this thing's acting strange. I mean, at this point, we can't tell if it's a human or if it's something else. This lady's a homesteader. She lives in the middle of nowhere. She knows if something is supposed to be on her property or not. And this ain't supposed to be there. What do we think this could be? If it is a person, what the heck's he doing there? I also thought that maybe it was a prank, but if you're really trying to scare somebody, don't you think it would have been cooler if you, like, ducked beneath the grass? Or even started running at them? This guy's just kind of standing there. I don't know, that's pretty creepy too, so. Ones like this leave me begging for more information. A man and his family pull into the driveway of their out-of-town cabin. They haven't been here in a while. Well, they're about to get the scare of a lifetime. The headlights pan and almost immediately we see what we're here to see. This figure dart off to the right. I mean, what is that? After the creature's initial move, it pauses, as if it's hiding or laying in wait. Dad doesn't take his lights off this thing. The family thinks it's some type of cryptid that they happened upon. They're never here, the place is vacant. That's scary, but I'd also argue that a man creeping around the yard of your cabin the same night that you unknowingly show up is also a scary scenario. Here's what I do know with every fiber of my being. That car's going in reverse. This next clip, I mean, what the heck? A man living alone wakes up and goes to get a drink of water in the kitchen, a tale as old as time. He glances out to his driveway and his heart almost falls out of his chest. Look at this guy standing there looking at his house. What? Making no attempt to hide. Listen to the 911 call.
Hi, yeah, and he's just like looking up at the window. He's been there for about 30 minutes now.
I mean, this is scary. What are you guys doing in this scenario? The guy could be possessed, or he could be with others that are still in hiding. I don't know. Where's a rocket launcher when you need one? Point that at him through the window. Taken by a hiker in a northwestern forest, we can immediately tell something's wrong. This man is running away from something on this trail. The man gathers himself enough from his frantic breathing and is able to grab his phone and record what is behind him. And we see the pale outline of a muscular figure giving chase behind this man. The lighting is pretty dark and I'm having a hard time making out any features. Some say it's a naked man, others have gone the skinwalker route. Whatever it is, it's chasing you in the forest, so take your pick. I've tried to slow it down multiple times and zoom in, I just can't see anything clearly. I heard how exasperated the guy was, but I gotta admit this is making me want a little more. If anyone can see anything definitive, put it in the comments, please. Nothing to see here, just a little game of cat and mouse. I mean, this isn't something you see every day. A good Samaritan whipped out her phone and got this chase on camera. A raccoon in heavy pursuit of this iguana. The raccoon lunges and grabs the lizard. But let me show you something. While in pursuit, the lizard pulled off the trick of all tricks. He dropped his tail off, and the tail continues to shake around on the ground. There's a term for this, but it's slipping my mind.
Get him!
Oh, look at his tail!
Oh no, he's going.
Basically, the tail is supposed to distract the predator that is chasing the lizard. The thing just flops around on the ground there, pulling the attention of the predator, hopefully buying prey enough time to slip away. Now, I always knew that certain types of lizards, their tails fell off. But I really thought that was if you grabbed it, it would detach and then the lizard would run away. I did not know that some of them jump around on the ground like that as a distraction technique. What a cool video to catch on camera. This next clip goes from mundane to insane in seconds. Stay tuned. Filmed in a beachfront restaurant in Italy, we see the restaurant crew just closing up for the night. Wiping down the tables, mopping and sweeping, nothing out of the ordinary. Well, my guy right here is looking out the window. pretty intensely. In a matter of seconds, the entire staff runs and puts their weight onto the doors of the building. And boom. The restaurant has just been struck by a gigantic wave. Look at the destruction. Some workers are knocked over, the others scramble to the back. The water's simply unstoppable. Eventually everyone scrambles out of the way of the camera, but not the water. That's here to stay. Has anyone seen this clip before? Were these just bad storms? The aftermath of a tsunami? Man, a few of these clips have left me wanting more answers. Rural farmland, security camera footage, and whatever emerges from this barn-like structure defies explanation. This ain't your average wolf. We're looking at a massive canine creature experts are calling a hellhound. The beast's proportions are mind-boggling, estimated over 7 feet long with shoulders that tower above a grown man. The farmer's reaction when checking his security footage? Pure shock. He immediately calls in wildlife experts who are equally as stunned at his video. One of the experts jokes nervously, "Just its shoulder could roll over me." The other one is like, "Well, congratulations, basically, we're happy that this monstrosity hasn't taken an interest in your family's home yet." Not sure that was the best thing to tell the scared farmer. While experts are frantically planning capture methods, the farmer just begs them to remove the creature from his property. Now that you've mentioned his family, he's freaked out. He wants this thing gone at any means necessary. When this hit online, skeptics claim camera distortion or forced perspective. Others suggest undiscovered species or escaped experimental hybrid, possibly from the government. The more supernatural theories, they lean towards the ancient hellhound from folklore. The real question is, what would you do if this showed up on your security camera? And secondly, do we think this could be evidence of creatures we've dismissed as mere legend? Drop your theories below. This next footage comes directly from one of our viewers who writes, "I have several of these videos and nobody has any idea what they are. They appeared on my camera for about 30 days a few years ago. I had several videos like this one and I haven't even looked at all of them yet." The property itself has a disturbing history. Built in the late 1800s in Upper South Carolina, local legends speak of 6 female servants who mysteriously vanished in the early 1900s, never to be found. Our viewer purchased this 20-acre property in 1990 and lived there until 2015, experiencing regular paranormal activity throughout those 25 years. What makes this footage particularly compelling? The room where these orbs were captured has absolutely no windows. Zero possibility of outside light creating false images. Look at these translucent figures moving across the frame. Our viewer reports capturing up to 6 distinct entities on camera. Yes, matching the number of missing women from the property's dark history. Currently, our viewer's son lives in the house. They've offered to share dozens more videos just like this one. But for now, what do we think he's captured here? And what would you do if your home revealed a century-old mystery? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.
No, Ziggy, no!
Now what do we have here? We hear the frantic person. Their dog gives chase to some type of creature. This is another one of those that's either a major hoax or, we need to do some more digging. The video's a little too blurry, although it is zoomed in pretty well. I'll say this, and this was my gut right off the bat. I didn't like how that person seemed to be exaggerating their breathing. Did that seem fake to you guys? Also, the person kind of egging its dog on like, go get him, go get him. Like, if you're really that afraid, what is your little dog gonna do? I'd kind of be like, hey, come on, bud, let's go back inside. Anyhow, as always, I'm curious what you guys think. I can't for the life of me figure out what is in the first part of this clip. But these other creatures, are they AI? Check out this monkey. Like, is that a real thing? I'm pretty sure this tree is real because I think I've seen it in another video. Also, this animal on the porch. I know the Bigfoot is fake. That fooled a lot of people. Anyhow, just curious. Oh, this is so good. DoorDash delivery driver gets to home and is about to drop off the food. Well, 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 what do we have here? Look at this guy emerging from the bushes. Caught in that spider web, probably like, what the heck is this stuff? Now, what's even crazier is that the people that order the food opened their front door and the bear was coming around the corner. They were almost face to face with it. So honestly, did the spider web actually save them? I mean, the bear seems pretty docile. It probably just would have been scared away, but you never know when you meet one of these animals and you get between them and their food. A battle for the ages. Two bears have met in this driveway and are gonna duke it out over a bag of trash. This is such a great shot. I love how peaceful the neighborhood looks, and look at the basketball goal just sitting there. Two bears fighting next to my Fisher-Price basketball hoop. The clip cuts off, but this fight will likely end when one of the bears establishes dominance. Or when one or both of the bears come to the determination that this isn't worth it. It's not worth risking potential injury. A couple peacefully sleeping the night away got quite the surprise when they checked their Ring doorbell camera. The owner thought he was dreaming, but this ain't no Winnie the Pooh. A big black bear has wandered into their yard and taken a liking to their camera. Watch as he sticks that big old bear paw up there and rings the doorbell. But they got quite the laugh. And I love seeing this humorous side of nature. But I also wonder what attracted the bear to this particular home. I wonder if they had perhaps cooked something delicious for dinner and the bear still smelled it coming from under the door. I'd be interested in your thoughts on what could have attracted him. A few hikers got quite the scare when this big boy sauntered into their area.
Hey, big boy.
Oh my God, turn to your left.
Hey, big boy. You guys got a camera out?
Yeah.
Hey, big boy. Hey, bear. Hey, bear. Hey, bear.
I mean, look how big that thing is. Look at his paws. Man, I don't like the way that thing is breathing. He doesn't seem happy. Everyone stayed calm and the bear eventually moved on, but ooh, I'd love to know, has anyone actually ever been in an experience like this? California seems to have a lot of stuff going on these days. Well, let's add this little bear burglar to the list. He kind of looks like a little human there for a second. Looking around, checking to see if anybody's watching. It is crazy to think that they can open these doors. Can you imagine getting in your truck in the morning and there's one curled up in your backseat asleep? I mean, he really does. He looks like a little human. He checks the car door, that's locked. He's smart. He says, let me go check this truck. Climbs right on in. Now, it probably goes without saying that his nose is leading the way here, so there was something in that truck, or something still in that truck, that has his attention. Nevertheless, just a great camera capture. Caught by another Ring doorbell camera, a couple selling their home got quite the surprise. A couple of grizzly bears, or maybe prospective buyers, in 30 seconds, this scene is going to look drastically different. In a chilling Instagram video uploaded by user Unexplained Truth, viewers are presented with eerie footage of a dog displaying strange behavior. The unsettling scene has sparked a wave of speculation among viewers, with one suggesting that it seems as though something invisible is attempting to take control of the animal, supernaturally and physically. The video has also fueled discussions about the heightened senses of dogs, with one commenter proposing that the dog could be reacting to a supernatural presence. And yeah, that theory would align with the long-held belief that animals are particularly sensitive to paranormal activity, which I wholeheartedly agree with. You gotta think, these animals are just acting naturally. They don't have an agenda. Especially this pup, this thing is showing real fear. On the other hand, of course, a more practical explanation from another viewer suggests that the dog is having a seizure. One commenter said that this dog could be suffering from rabies, which is a serious condition known to cause dramatic changes in behavior. Nevertheless, what do you think is making the dog act this way? Share your theories with the team. Okay, this CCTV footage was captured September 11th of 2011 in Jakarta's Insilinda town square. Check this out. Many have dubbed this figure as the Angel of Jakarta, and that seems to check out. Now, of course, this could easily be dismissed as a hoax, and I don't know enough about video editing to say one way or the other. But there is an impressive sense of realism as that figure hits the ground. It looks real, athletic. Not to mention, we see the figure glowing, but we also see it reflecting off the walls, which I imagine would be a harder edit if this is a fake. So, what do you think? Real footage? Fake footage? I'm a little torn. So this clip was uploaded to the famous ufologist Jeremy Corbell's YouTube channel. In it, we see footage that is supposedly captured by the US Navy, and it's showing a spherical object entering the water.
Yeah, we have 31 knots sustained wind, topside, gust of 40.
What was splashed? Mark bearing and range.
So what do you think these strange objects could be? Is it really possible there's some sort of alien tech? Or is there another more earthly explanation? This video comes from a TikTok account we featured here before, WV Paranormal. It features a father filming his children as they just play in the woods. But if we take a closer look, something unusual is captured on camera.
What's that, Dad?
Let's go back inside. Come on guys.
The father spots it and immediately calls his children back. It immediately leaves you wondering who or what might have been lurking in the trees. Though the video was posted with minimal context, it includes the hashtag Appalachia, suggesting it was likely filmed somewhere within that region. The Appalachian Mountains spans the eastern United States from all the way to New York on down to Georgia. I'm sure we've all heard of the Appalachian Trail, but this region is known for its rugged terrain, and it's dominated by the ancient Appalachian Mountains. This area is also famous for its paranormal activity. Frequent reports of ghost sightings, UFOs, various cryptids. This place is chocked full of mystery. I've visited here many times, and don't get me wrong, it's beautiful. But after you're there for a while, you look around and be like, yeah, some sketchy stuff could happen out here. Many a Bigfoot sighting in those mountains as well. Anyhow, let me know your thoughts on this. In June of 2006, YouTuber Prosperous uploaded this clip, which many consider to be some of the strongest evidence of ghostly existence to date. The footage was reportedly captured by the Atlantic Paranormal Society during an investigation at the Eastern State Penitentiary in Pennsylvania, a location long believed to be haunted. Though brief, the clip seems to show a hooded figure walking toward the camera. Moments later, it appears to realize it's being filmed and immediately dips out of camera view. Given that the Eastern State Penitentiary is known as a hotbed for paranormal activity, many of the top researchers believe the figure in the video could indeed be a ghost. This specific video has been compared to the appearance of the Grim Reaper. I don't know about the Grim Reaper, but I'll say this. Whatever that thing was, when it saw that it was being taped, it immediately retraced its steps. And it looked like it did it pretty effortlessly. So does this eerie clip truly show a ghost roaming the haunted prison? Is it enough evidence for you? Let me know in the comments. In a chilling video by the Urbex team, the mysteries of La Plata Cemetery are brought to unsettling life. As the footage begins, the explorers make their way through a maze of tombstones. However, the tension mounts when they come across a monument with shattered glass. And inside sits a single eerie doll. Their journey grows more disturbing as they find a vandalized headstone, followed by another broken monument revealing a damaged and exposed casket. Their first thought leads them to just basic neglect, but then they start to get a hint of possible foul play. The eerie tour reaches its peak when they come upon yet another desecrated grave. Apprehensively, they look inside. Now, let us look closely. You might spot something unusual. A pale hand slowly pulls back into the darkness of the casket. It's barely visible unless the footage is brightened. I mean, so much so that none of the team members even noticed it while they were filming. It's always the sharp-eyed viewers that catch this stuff, I swear. Now, this crypt is deep, it has multiple caskets, but it appears the hand could only really have come from inside the casket itself. And even when the video is brightened, it doesn't look like it's been manipulated. I mean, so what do we think? It's probably not a person, but it is leaning towards something paranormal. The La Plata Cemetery would be a good place to immerse yourself in the supernatural. This photo was posted by a woman named Lisa, who shared an eerie experience from 2018. She and her husband were on a city tour, and upon reviewing their photos later, they were startled to find images of what appeared to be glowing human figures near the trees. According to Lisa, there was no one else around when this photo was taken, and a local resident confirmed there are no ground lights in that area, which only adds fuel to this mystery. Captured on an iPhone 5 without flash, it's pretty hard to make out what it is. Redditors offer various theories about what the image might show. Some suggested angels, others thought it could be ghosts, and one even proposed it might be a coven of dancing witches. I mean, as for me, the most puzzling detail is that why couldn't Lisa and her husband see the glowing figures in person when they took the photo? I always find that very strange that these figures, these orbs, these apparitions, they all show up in the film or photo, but hidden to the naked eye. I need more info on this bizarre photo. Let's look at this crazy clip shared by TikToker Stan Hopes Away Days. As you can imagine, night shifts at a factory are usually pretty quiet, uneventful, most people just playing on their phone. But as the uploader mentions, occasionally things can get a little dicey. The video, recorded from a security cam monitored by a night shift worker, shows footage of an empty factory during the night. Like we mentioned before, the uploader explained that not much typically happens on the night feeds, making this particular capture all the more intriguing. The camera catches several glowing orbs moving in sync, almost as if attached to an invisible person. And I would agree with the poster. More often than not, when we see orbs, they're just floating across the screen or moving quickly across the screen, but they don't usually move in unison like this or outline a human body. Heck, I think more often than not, they're just little dust particles. But that explanation definitely doesn't seem to fit here. I'd like to know your take on this strange footage. I would say most people in the comments, 90% or so, think this has paranormal origin. But if so, what creature could it be? I've covered before this incredibly lopsided predator versus prey relationship we see right here. Mongoose versus the cobra. If you're new to this relationship, you're probably thinking that mongoose better get the heck out of Dodge. But the cobra is child's play to the mongoose, and 9 times out of 10 ends up being his meal. If the mongoose seems relatively unfazed to you, well, that's because he is. The mongoose's reflexes are that much faster than a cobra's. A mongoose's reflexes also trump all cat species. One of the crazy things is that mongooses have evolved to detect and react extremely rapidly to movements, such as a snake strike, and they can dodge attacks within milliseconds. They also learn the rhythm of the snake, giving them a split-second advantage when dodging or counterattacking. Anyhow, pretty fascinated by these guys. What a great camera capture. The original poster shared a strange experience, mentioning that they saw an unusual figure on the grounds of Penn State University. This took place in May of 2023. The uploader admits they know little about cryptids, so they reached out to an online group for their thoughts on what the figure might be. As expected, viewers offered various theories, suggesting it could be anything from an alien to an elemental. Penn State and the surrounding area in Pennsylvania are rich with paranormal lore. The historic Schwab Auditorium on University Park campus is rumored to be haunted by several ghosts, even Charles Schwab. Students and visitors frequently report unexplained sounds, ghostly apparitions, and malfunctioning equipment. The old Botany building is also said to be haunted by the spirit of Frances Atherton, wife of former Penn State President George Atherton. They say her face is occasionally seen looking out of the windows, as if watching over her husband's grave, which is across the street. Now, if we have any Penn Staters in the comments, share the secrets with us.